Hello everyone. I would like to introduce myself for the third time. My name is Carlo Breis. This is my third video. I will share to you another topic about microeconomics. Our last topic from my previous video was linear programming. I hope you learned from that video that I made. Now let's move on. Our topic for today is economic rent. What is economic rent? Economic rent is applicable to three words. Economic rent in the aspect of land, economic rent in the aspect of labor, and economic rent in the aspect of interest. In this video, I will focus discussing the economic rent in the aspect of land. What is economic rent in the aspect of land? Economic rent is the payment for the use of others' property, particularly land and building. The question is, why do people choose to rent house instead of buying one? Why do they why do they use others' property where in fact they will also pay for the same? Both choices, either buy or rent a house, both choices will cause an outflow of a cash. Now, there are two reasons why people choose to rent houses instead of buying one. Number one, first reason is first reason is in a short-term basis, renting a house is cheaper. Number two, their capability of buying a house is not enough. Anyway, this reason is from the point of view of the tenants who rent houses. Now let's go to land. Land, supply of land in rental housing is fixed, but the population keeps on increasing. Therefore, there is a what we call scarcity. Scarcity of land. But this is not the main issue. The issue is that landlords who are the owner of the houses for rent, the landlords view this scarcity as an opportunity. They take advantage from the tenants because they know that shelter is one of the basic needs for human living. So, even if the landlords set the price of rent in a very high level, the tenants have no choice but to take the landlord's offer. In economics and in terms of rent, the landlords are the rich one and the tenants are the poor one. Another thing is that the landlords have a high bargaining power while the tenants have a low bargaining power. Why? Because of the scarcity of land. Because of this. This is the main reason why the landlords have the high bargaining power over the tenants. Another reason is that, as I said, the landlords are the rich and the tenants are the poor. And because of this, we call this, because of this, because of the high bargaining of the landlords over the tenants, the landlords will win. We call this situation as predation. Predation is the process where the landlords takes advantage from the need of the tenants. The government will never tolerate this kind of action because the landlords are becoming abusive on their part. Now, the because of this, the government finds it ways to address predation. So what are the ways to prevent predation? The way to address predation is that the government to take paternal role. What do I mean by paternal role? Paternal role meaning protecting the weak from the strong. The weak from the strong. In what way? By setting a ceiling on the price of the rent and the percent of increase. And percent of increase. We call this as the rent control. The government provides the rent control law to provide a security and protection to the tenants from the landlords. Now, because of the rent control law, the tenants probably will win. We call this situation as altruism. Altruism is the situation where the tenants win over the government, over the landlord rather. I've mentioned the word rent control. Now, we are going to discuss the word rent control law here in the Philippines. Rent control law has been a mechanism to ensure housing affordability. It prevents the prices of rents to rise. It prevents the prices of rents rising to prohibitive levels. As I've said, it provides security and protection to the tenants from the landlords. But the questions are, um, is the rent control justly? Is it really beneficial? And if it is, who benefits from it? Do both parties involved in rent benefit, or is it being biased? Will the benefits last for a long time? Now, let's move on. Because of the rent control, if there is an intervention or interference of the government between the transaction of the landlord and the tenants through rent control law, the profits for landlord will go down, will definitely go down. We all know that um, using your property for the rental of others cost not only the maintenance. Maintenance is not the only cause of it. There are also other costs like um, building permit, taxes, permit, tax, and some other more. Now, because of the rent control law, the profits for landlord will definitely go down. And because of this, the landlord might not include maintenance in his cost. Of course, his priority is the building permit and tax and the other more important things. The tendency, if there is a rent control law and if the profit go down for landlord, the tendency is that the landlord will not be able to pay for the maintenance anymore, which will be the cause of the deterioration of his property. Now, if the property deteriorates, the value of the property decreases. If there is no maintenance, the building will deteriorate. And if deteriorates, the value of the property decreases. And this will result into the selling of the landlord's property. Rent control law has a positive effect and targets mainly the poor families. However, it has a negligible effects on income. And the benefits derived from rent control are also tend to be eroded by the regressive effects of the rent control in the supply of rental housing. Now, let's have a distinction between the rent without rent control and the rent with rent control. If there is a rent control, there is a housing affordability for the um, for the poor. Rent control also provides security and protection. There is no in rent control, the abusive landlords are not being tolerated. Now let's go to the anti-rent control side. First statement is that it discourages new construction and maintenance, which is the priority of the landlords. Their priority is to maintain the stability of their property to prevent it from being deteriorated. Um, Another thing is that it has a negligible effects on income. Another thing is that it has a full control on uncontrolled sector. Because of rent control, the prices of the rents in the uncontrolled sector are being um, being in a very high level. Another thing is that I forgot, it has a aggressive effects on supply of the rental housing. Rent control is not the problem. The thing that really matters is the degree of control. The oppositions against the rent control, or the arguments against the rent control that I have been discussed, was based on the first generation control. This is the earlier form of the rent control law. Based on the research, it has a strict control. However, however, the second generation has a moderate control. When the earlier form of the rent control law has been changed to the second generation control, it achieves some of the objectives about regarding the rent, and the problems. Another problem is that the Philippines has no regulatory agency that will monitor the rent control law to be um, to monitor the another problem of Another problem is that the Philippines has no regulatory agency that will monitor the issues about rent control. There is no regulatory agency that will monitor the implementation of rent control law in the whole Philippines. Now, the thing that matters is not the rent control, but the degree. First, the degree of control. Second, the regulatory agency that will monitor the implementation of rent control. And the last one is that the government cannot provide another schemes that I think are much better other than other than implementing the law about the rent control. That's it. Thank you so much.